And we're back here at NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Eric Schumacher Rasmussen, the editor of Streaming Media, and we are presenting our first annual Best of NAB Awards. We just spoke with Adobe, and our next award winner is envivio for their Halo experience, which they introduced this year at NAB. And the Halo experience is targeted at operators, and what it allows for is highly personalized, targeted content to be delivered by operators in ways that they simply haven't been able to do yet. And that's one of the reasons it stood out to us. Jeremy from Adobe talked about the necessity to personalize content. The TV doesn't have to be one size fits all. Well, how do we help, or how can companies help operators achieve that? And envivio's Halo experience is one of the most intriguing ways that we've seen for that to happen. So I'm speaking with Boris Feltz from envivio. He's Vice President of Product Marketing. Boris, talk a little bit more about the Halo experience.
Hi, thanks Eric. The Halo experience is a product we just launched for NAB. It's actually a component product from our Halo network media processor. So the main difficulty you have in the market today is if you want to create a good experience and distribute it across multiple screens today, as you explained before, you have a variety of different transport protocols if you want to address all devices. So if you want to target iOS device, if you want to target Android, etc., you have to support probably 3 or 4 different protocols. Mm-hmm. That means that for an operator, it's extremely difficult then to create specific application, custom applications to improve the user experience and to monetize these different video applications. So what we've done with Halo Experience is we simplify the workflow so we can create one unique experience per user. That means that by simply planning with the media and the index that exists in all these protocols, we can create experiences such as network PVR, create specific ad insertion for specific streams. We can target ads. So what we do is we're leveraging the particularities of each protocols to make sure we can create a new experience which is individualized per users.
Now, as I understand it, Halo experience does not require a major system overhaul on the part of the operator, right? That's one of the things that jumped out to us as appealing about it. Talk about how it integrates with operators' existing infrastructures.
Yes, exactly. It's a strong point of that side is actually we're using the fact that the content is already distributed inside the network. Sometimes it can be cached inside the CDN, sometimes it's cached inside the origins, but the content is available somewhere. And what we're doing in fact is manipulating this content virtually in a way by simply indicating where to find the content to create a new experience. So that is just an add-on on top of the existing infrastructure. You don't have to change anything, you don't have to deploy new things. The user experience is simply changed by adding this experience server that will simply create one specific index or one specific playlist for each user, so we can create a new experience.
Now, obviously, none of this matters to the operators and the content owners that they can't analyze excuse me, audience behavior. What are the analytics offerings within Halo Experience?
You bring a very good point. Indeed, so whenever you have to do this content targeting, you want to have some feedback, right, about what has been the user experience, either from have they been watching the content, watching it correctly, have been watching the ads, and so on. So the main point here is every time a user will actually connect to the user experience, we'll be tracking what kind of video, what kind of chunk they've been receiving. So we know exactly what the experience was, how long they watched the content, if they watched specific ads, and so on. Okay.
I asked Jeremy a question that I'll also ask you, which is, where do you see the OTT environment and the OTT market going in the next year? What's going to be different at next year's NAB from this year's?
Oh, that's a broad question. That's interesting. I think the difficulty today in OTT markets is the fragmentation of formats. There's a lot of new formats coming out, which is, everybody's bringing his own ecosystem, which is good and bad in a way because the industry then is kind of stalling by adopting each of these different formats. So what we see is a kind of convergence right now towards more standard formats, such as MPEG Dash, for example. Even so, we can support each of the flavors of HLS, Adobe HDS, smooth streaming, etc. I think there will be some convergence at some point of time towards Dash. And what's going to be disruptive as well is the fact that HEVC is going to change a lot the landscape in terms of how much it's going to cost to distribute the content. So HEVC is a new compression codec coming out right now, which lowers the bandwidth by half compared to the previous H.264. So by doing this, we think that there's going to be new scenario, new business models where it's going to make a lot of sense typically to distribute video across 4G networks, across IP networks, so on. So the case will for better video quality and also a longer time span in front of the screens will be there thanks to HEVC.
Well, great. Well, thanks again, Boris, for joining me here at the Teradek booth at NAB in Las Vegas, and congratulations on your Streaming Media Best of NAB Award.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks, and we'll be right back again with our next guest.